My parents told me to stay away from the garage after midnight. It was a typical Friday night in the small town of Willow Creek. 16-year-old Ethan was sprawled on the couch, scrolling through his phone, when his parents emerged from the kitchen, their faces unusually serious. "Ethan," his dad began, we need to tell you." Ethan looked up, raising an eyebrow. "What's up?" "Stay out of the garage after midnight," his mom said firmly, her voice carrying a weight Ethan didn't quite understand. "No matter you hear, no matter what you think you see, don't go in there. Do you understand?" Ethan frowned, a mix of confusion and curiosity bubbling inside him. "Why? What's in there?" His parents exchanged a glance before his dad spoke again. "It's just an old family rule. Trust us, Ethan. It's for your own safety." Before Ethan could press further, they retreated to their room, leaving him alone with thoughts. The garage had always been off-limits at night, but they'd never explicitly warned him about it before. Was so important about the garage? And after midnight? As the clock ticked closer to midnight, Ethan's curiosity grew unbearable. He'd always been the kind of kid who couldn't resist a mystery, and this was the biggest one his parents had ever dropped. He grabbed and crept downstairs, the eerily silent. The garage door loomed before him like a gate to another world. He hesitated for a moment, his parents' warning echoing in his mind, but he shrugged. What could possibly be in there? Raccoon? A rusty old car? He turned knob-stepped. The air was cold, almost unnaturally so, and the damp earth filled his nostrils. The flashlight's beam cut through the darkness, revealing tools, boxes, and his dad's old motorcycle. Everything seemed normal until he heard it. A low, guttural growl, then froze, his heart pounding. The sound came from the far corner of garage, behind a stack of dusty crates. He swallowed hard and stepped closer, the beam of his flashlight trembling in his hand. "Hello?" he called out, his voice barely above a whisper. The growl grew louder, menacing, and then something moved. It was a creature unlike anything Ethan had seen or even imagined. Its body was emaciated, its skin a sickly gray, stretched overaged bones. Its eyes glowed an unnatural yellow, and its mouth was maw filled with rows of sharp teeth. Long, clawed fingers scraped against the concrete floor as inched toward. Ethan stumbled backward, tripping over a toolbox and crashing to the ground. The creature let out a bone-chilling screech and lunged him, its claws slashing through the air. Ethan scrambled to his feet and bolted for the door, slamming it shut behind him. He leaned against the door, gasping for breath, his entire body shaking. What the hell was that thing, and why was it in their garage next morning? Ethan confronted his parents, looked at him with a mixture of fear and resignation. "We told you to stay out," his dad said quietly. "That creature has been in the garage for as long as we've lived here. We don't know what it is or it came from, but we've learned to live with. As long as we stay out after midnight, it's..." "Dormant?" Ethan echoed, his voice shaking. "You've keeping something like that our house? And you never thought to tell me?" "We didn't want to scare you," his mom said, her eyes pleading. "We thought if you went in there, you'd never have to know." Van shook his head, his mind reeling. "This isn't okay. We can't just like this. We have to do something." His parents exchanged a worried glance. "We've tried," his dad admitted. "Nothing works. It always comes back." From that day forward, Ethan couldn't look at the garage the same way. He avoided it at all costs, but the creature's presence loomed over him, a constant reminder that his life wasn't as normal as he'd once believed. And every night, as the clock struck midnight, he could swear he heard that guttural growl, waiting for someone, anyone, to make a mistake and step inside.